Hi friends, I'm Yamini Sharma and I welcome you back to my channel The Saffron Box. So today this is going to be the second video in the Rahu Conjunction series, and the first video I made about the series was Rahu's conjunction with Sun, and in this video I'll be talking about Rahu's conjunction with Moon in your natal chart, in your birth chart. So this becomes a very important conjunction also to understand, primarily for the reason that after the Lagan Kundli, we read the Chandra Kundli or the moon chart. So here, having Moon and Rahu together in your birth chart, together in any house, it shows that Moon is getting afflicted by Rahu. Especially if degrees of Moon are lesser than that of Rahu. That means Rahu is moving towards Moon. Rahu is always retrograde. So Rahu is moving back towards Moon. So the impact is going to be more. Right? So important placement to understand. I'll talk about this. But before I go ahead, do let me remind you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you like the content, give me a like. Share your experiences in the comment section. I always look forward to that as well. So if you talk about this conjunction, let's understand Moon first. So Moon is the planet which talks about our feelings, our emotions, our mind. How do we react to situations in terms of our feelings? What kind of emotions are generated within us? Moon signifies our mother figure. Moon signifies our motherland as well. So there are very many significations of Moon. While on the other hand, Rahu is the planet of Maya. Rahu rules over illusion. Rahu rules over the area of growth which we have in this lifetime. It's a pull, it's a magnetic pull, so to say. So Rahu keeps pulling us towards Maya, towards, wherever it sits, the significations of that house. So there's a lot of pulling energy wherever Rahu is. Rahu represents all foreign elements. Rahu signifies that veil which is always there on things. So any kind of confusion which you have, any kind of illusion which we deal with is Rahu. So Rahu is a illusionary kind of a planet. It anyways does not have any physical existence. It's an astronomical point. It's a mathematical point actually. And on the other hand, we have Moon, which is a very soft, feminine, delicate planet. It is the queen of planets. And the most sensitive thing, or the softest thing which we have is our feelings, right? So Moon and Rahu combination becomes very important to understand. Now let's talk about the major significations. There are many, as I said, but I'll be touching upon the major significations of this, the major impact of this particular combination. So if we have Moon Rahu combination, Moon Rahu conjunction, one thing which it affects is our relationship with our mother. So there could be a chance, if there's a close conjunction, that there's an absence of a mother figure. If not an absence, then there's a distance with the mother. So it could be an emotional distance which you have with your mother. The mother may not be physically present in your growing up years. So Moon rules over our childhood years, all the years till we become teenagers as such. Moon rules over our childhood. And here, especially if you have a Moon or a Rahu Dasha running, there could be chances that the emotional nourishment which a mother provides, that is absent because of various reasons. Mother is physically not available, she's busy in her profession, or she's not keeping well, or there are so many other things which take up her attention. You are not able to get her attention as you should be getting. Sometimes there's an emotional disconnect with the mother. So these kind of things can play out if there's a major affliction. Also, with this particular conjunction with Moon and Rahu, there's a lot of heightened sense of emotions. Moon is our emotions, Moon is our feelings. So whatever Moon feels, whatever it feels about, wherever it gets stuck, Rahu will amplify that energy. So if you're feeling attached to somebody, if you're feeling attracted towards somebody or something as such, or a cause as such, Rahu can give a lot of push to that feeling. So you feel strongly attached towards that particular person or cause or object or any feeling as such. Especially if this combination happens in the fourth house, in the fifth house. So you want something and you want it like badly. You want it as of yesterday. So there's a lot of heightened sense of that emotion. Moon Rahu together, if you're feeling, if you have any likes or dislikes, that feeling can also be very heightened or can be very strong. So if you have a like for something, it is super strong. If you have a dislike for something, if you start disliking something, some object or some person or a place or anything for that matter, that also goes into another extreme. So sometimes when these kind of people, when they cut off ties from somebody, with somebody, the ties are cut off completely. They will not go back to that relationship. They are not open to amends. Or if they love somebody, they are always forgiving and always loving to that particular person. So those emotions are very, very heightened and very strong. This could also give a heightened sense of jealousy or greed or any negative emotions also. Right? So it can work both positively as well as negatively. Depends on the kind of placement it has, the kind of conjunction, how close is the conjunction, what kind of a sign is this conjunction happening in, right? Then Moon Rahu combination also gives a lot of imagination. So remember, Moon is our mind and Rahu is unconventional thinking, illusions, foreign elements. So here the person has a tendency to think out of the box, especially if this conjunction happens in the second, first or 12th house or the fifth house also for that matter. So wherever your thinking is concerned, you can think out of the box, you can think of new ideas, you can think creatively, you put your imagination to another level altogether. If this conjunction is happening in any of the houses related to learning or education, like the second, fourth, fifth, ninth, then there could also be an attachment towards something totally foreign. So you want to learn a foreign element altogether. It could be a strong liking for a foreign language. You want to a simple example could be that somebody in India has a strong liking towards learning some other culture. It could be Japanese history, it could be Italian history, Italian art or French literature, something which is not of your motherland, something which is totally different. So a lot of attraction towards such things. So these people can also pick up different languages. They can be quite an expert in foreign things, right? So that kind of energy can also play up with Moon Rahu conjunction happening. This energy can also, if it is working on the negative side, it can give rise to a lot of disillusionment, fear, or any kind of a phobia as well. So you're paranoid about something, you are scared of staying alone, or you're scared of small spaces, any kind of phobia. This kind of combination can actually generate. Then again, depends on what kind of aspect is this combination, is this conjunction receiving, where is this conjunction happening. So if it is in the 12th house, if it is in the 8th house, 4th house, so these signs in these houses, 4th, 8th and 12th, they can be particularly prone to such things, having some kind of a fear of small spaces, fear of heights, fear of getting isolated, some kind of a phobia. fear of water. So these kind of things can play up. This combination is particularly very sensitive, and especially if you have either Moon or Rahu Mahadasha running, or if you have Moon Rahu or Rahu Moon Dasha and Antar also working. This can put a lot of stress on the mind. This can give somebody a lot of insecurity related to something, related to things which Moon signifies. It can also make you prone towards extreme emotions or some disturbances, mental disturbances as such. So if you have this combination, and if you also have a dasha which is going to come up, I'm not talking about early childhood or late old age as such. If you have this dasha coming up at a very relevant time, Moon Dasha or Rahu Dasha, and you have this combination, this conjunction of Moon and Rahu, then you've got to be extremely careful about your relationships, about how you're expressing your feelings, about your mental state as such. So a good idea is to think twice before talking, think twice before expressing your emotions, meditating, keeping your emotions under control, remaining in sambhav. So something very great, something which makes you very, very happy also does not affect you much, and something which makes you very sad also doesn't affect you much for a long time. So you stay in a neutral zone, and this comes after a lot of meditation and a lot of mind control practices. So here it is very important to keep a check on your feelings, keep a check on your emotions. Do not go into extremes. It's also a good idea to have someone to talk to pour your emotions to. It could be a dear friend, it could be your spouse, it could be your mother for that matter. Maintain good relations with people around you. Ask them to check you if you're going overboard with your emotions, if you're going overboard with any kind of a disturbance or any kind of a illusion or phobia for that matter. So a delicate energy to be managed. Though Moon Rahu conjunction generally works out well in earthy signs, especially in Taurus, because that's where Moon exalts, that's where Rahu exalts. So in Taurus, it can give you favorable results, a favorable position for both the planets. So earthy signs, it is usually good. In fiery signs or fire signs, it can be a little tricky to handle. Depends on the dispositor, depends on the lord of the sign, where is it sitting, what kind of a combination do they form. In airy signs, this can give you heightened sense of imagination, a lot of imagination, a lot of creativity, a lot of planning, thoughts, discussions. Air is all about thinking and imagining and planning, but may give you not a very good sense of practical implementation. So you think a lot, but you're not able to practically implement your ideas. Then with Moon and Rahu conjunction in water signs, it can be a little tricky, especially in the sign of Cancer. Now Moon rules over Cancer, so here if you do not keep a regular check on how you're feeling, Moon Rahu conjunction can actually give you a very heightened sense of any emotion, because Rahu is going to be amplifying everything with regard to your emotions. Moon Rahu together in the sign of Scorpio, where Moon debilitates, can also be a little tricky. One can be too introvert, one can just keep all emotions to themselves, not share with anybody. Prone to negative thinking, prone to negative thoughts. Again, this depends on the position of Mars, the ruler of Scorpio. With Moon and Rahu together in the sign of Pisces, that is the third water sign, that's where this energy can be a little mild. because it has the Jupiterian effect. But again, you've got to see where Jupiter is placed. But generally, compared to the other two, compared to the Cancer and the Scorpio signs, the sign of Pisces is still a little better. So a lot depends on what kind of a combination is your chart throwing up overall. Where is this Moon Rahu conjunction happening in the chart? This is not something to be feared about, because if you put the if you use the energy in the right manner, you can actually utilize the Rahu energy to achieve what you want. It can give you that push. It can make your mind very strong towards achieving your goals. So you've got to see the chart in totality. You've got to see the position of the dispositor of the sign where Moon and Rahu are together, and then accordingly take a call. But this was the general purview of this particular conjunction as such. So I'll see you very soon in the next video, where I'll talk about Rahu and Mercury conjunction in your birth chart. Till then, take care. God bless.